see, looking at the APC zoning, do you think it's actually fair enough? Like the national chairman moved to the north, then presidency to the south. Do you think is how do you see it? You think it's fair?
Well, although all eyes that is outside the APC's parameter, all eyes is on the who clinched the presidency. But the process of clinching the presidency starts from what's the intrigues within the party itself. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. What they are aiming now, that is the chairman and some other ESCO of the party. These are the people that are expected to spearhead and manage the activities of the party from now to the party primaries and the next 3 years or 2 years before another convention based on the party's constitution. The process has already started. Sharing the zoning of the position of the chairman. Don't forget that apart from the chairman, there are some other.
Yes.
The secretary is there. The deputy vice chairman, the deputy chairman, they are there. Which all of them must come from. Each zone must produce one each from the zones. So, ordinarily, I'm not expecting President Muhammadu Buhari, who is from the north, then after the expiration of his administration by 2023, another northerner to succeed him. It doesn't show fairness. It doesn't show equity in a diverse society like Nigeria. Mm-hmm. A situation whereby there is no equity in the distribution of power, it leads to acrimony. It leads to disaffection among the ethnic groups that make up Nigeria. Yes. So, if the party decide to say, okay, look, we are shifting or we are zoning the presidency to the south, they are trying to like play kind of a fairness within the party. If but you know, in this thing, they are not doing it in vacuum. Whatever thing they are doing, they are reacting to some other forces outside the party. Take for instance what the opposition are doing. The opposition too, them too, they are like zoning, their own zoning too is based on what APC is doing. If APC decide to zone to the south, that is where the PDP they are getting it wrong. They are like they are afraid to be categorical to say okay, we are zoning to the south because they are holding on so that APC will decide their own. By the time APC decide their own, they believe that is their a kind of mentality within the some people within PDP to say okay, look, let it be north versus south, because they have this belief that look, north has more votes and there will be sympathy based on ethnicity and religion. That is their own mischievous thoughts, of which in politics it can go more than that. So that is why you see PDP, they are like holding back until APC finish their own before they can make a categorical statement regarding their own zoning. APC should forget about whatever PDP will do. They are the party in power. They are the ruling party. They should live by example. They should show exemplary leadership. The exemplary leadership that we're talking about here, we're talking about unity in diversity. They should be able to maintain equity by sticking to zoning. Although zoning was not part of Nigeria's constitution, but they can make it a kind of a gentleman agreement by bringing equity. And that is exactly what they are trying to do. Now, the chairman of the party is being zoned to North Central. Invariably, not North Central alone, but North. Because in politics, it's about North and South. Zoning to the North Central, it means Northerners are not expected to vie for the party's presidential primary come later in the year. But like PDP did before, even when it's been zoned to the south, you could see some other persons from the north that competed by abusing the party's regulation. So we are going to see that. But however they decide to play it, they should stick to that equity. They should maintain equity whereby it will bring sense of belonging to every part of Nigeria. That is the only way we can have the Nigeria of our dream. A situation whereby if a northerner decides to succeed another northerner, certainly people from the south will grumble. And if they grumble, it will lead to disaffection.
Yes.
If they have this disaffection, it will bring about issues regarding to secession. Don't forget that we're talking about Biafra. It just days ago that Sunday Igboho was released. So politicians, they shouldn't give room for they should show and live by example.
Okay. Well, the Federal Executive Council, FEC, as its weekly meeting on Wednesday, approved the establishment of an appropriate mechanism to protect the indigenous farmers in terms of achieving the right prices for their goods and commodities. The mechanism will also ensure that farmers have the appropriate incentives and the needed encouragement to guarantee their continued participation in the farming business. To this end, FENC banned direct purchases of farm products from farmers by foreigners who will now have to go through licensed local buying agents to do business with the farmers. While briefing journalists at the end of the virtual meeting presided over the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, at the State House, Abuja, Minister of Trade and Investment, Otumba Niya Debayo, said he presented 2 memos on behalf of the ministry before FEC, on which was the promotion of agribusiness in Nigeria through right farm gate pricing and ban of foreigners and their representatives from purchasing agricultural commodities at the farm gates directly.
Well, if you ask me, from my little knowledge of agri-economics, the situation that you are talking about now is aspect of marketing of what is being produced by the farmers. How do they sell it? I believe that the government is not in order. They are not on the right track. Being on the right track here means the government should rather be concerned about the production first. If we have adequate production, issue of marketing or marketability of what they produce then will come into question. For instance, we're talking about rice today. Government claim they scored themselves high in rice. When you have supply, higher supply, it will lead to price fall. But we're not seeing that here in this scenario. In the Nigerian's case, we're not seeing that. If we have adequate production in terms of rice, which is the supply side, it should lead to price fall or at equilibrium price. But we're not experiencing that. It means the production is suffering. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm talking about. The production is suffering. So government should be more concerned about putting the right investment into the right farmer's hand, whereby they can produce. When they produce, take for instance like in America, if there is surplus production, the government buy from the farmers. When they buy from the farmers, they're stored in strategic grain silos. Between 2011 to 2015, the then president invested much in grain silos across Nigeria. What is supposed to be, according to the plan then, the per annum, the production of rice, maize, and some other essential grains, government will buy it directly from the farmers and stored in those grain silos. When they store it there, during the time of a shortage, government will now go to the strategic grain silos and release to the general public. Even in America and some developed economies, that is what they do. But in our situation here, those grain silos, they are still there, but they didn't hold any grain. It means we are suffering from production. We're not producing what the population need, let alone talking about export. So government now is like trying to I know quite okay that trying to adjust. Instead of Nigerians, you produce, you sell, as you sell, they are selling at loss. But up till now, we have not tackled the issue of production. Don't forget that we're talking about some other factors, variables that are affecting production. We're talking about bandits. Farmers in some certain part of the country, they farm, they cannot go to their farm, let alone to harvest. So this is affecting the production. So government should be much more concerned about production for now, because we are suffering production. If we are producing enough, at least price will drop. When when there is demand, higher demand and less supply, there is price increase. But when there is more supply and less demand, there will be price depreciation. That is how the economic term is. But in our own case here, you discover that everything keep on rising. It means the production is not enough.
Well, Chidinma Ojukwu, as the alleged killer of Super TV CEO Mike Ataga, has been crowned as Miss Cell 2022. According to reports, the beauty pageant was organized inside the correctional facilities to celebrate this year's International Women's Day. The female inmates also showcased their various talents and skills. Well, this report is in two parts. Two things are involved: the negative part and the positive part. Of it's not direct. It's in two phases.
If you look at, although the officials of the Lagos command of the correctional service, they have issued a statement regarding that. What they are saying is that Chidinma Ojukwu is the center of attraction of that pageant. But aside that, there are some other contestants to commemorate the International Women's Day. So what the officials they are saying is that, look, being an inmate doesn't exclude them from participating in activities relating other activities. They claim that other activities. So, but people are more interested in this particular one because of involvement of Chidinma Ojukwu. Well, from the outside, this is a case whereby it's still in the process. It's like she's having some kind of publicity, negative publicity, which is an insensitiveness, especially to the family of the deceased. How are they going to see it? They will see it as if, look, this young girl commits this crime, alleged to have committed this crime, and she's living her life, normal life, aside being locked up in the prison there. She's living her life fully. Whereas our own beloved Ataga, Osifo, has gone. Well, whatever they think about her, they are right. Because we are talking about life of human being here. But the situation here now is that she's still a suspect. She has not been found or convicted of the crime alleged. Excluding her from the pageant, if she's interested, it means discrimination against her.
And also an infringement
on her human right. You understand? So Nigerians, they should just be a bit calm regarding this case of this young woman. She's still a Nigerian. She has not been convicted. She can be free. She can be convicted. She can. In fact, we should just continue to watch and see. Then again, the other aspect, which is has to do with media. Media are like part of the media's job is like molding or shaping the opinion of the public. You understand? So they are giving out much attention, whereby is drawing some negative attention from Nigerians. You understand? I don't know whether you get what I'm talking about. So anybody that comes around to see the story now, it will just look as if the pageant was organized purposely for her. But it's far beyond her. Probably this particular pageant took place last year and some other previous years. But it's getting the attention now, much attention now, because of involvement of Chidinma Ojukwu.
Well, award-winning Nigerian singer Davido Adeleke has revealed that his daughters often ask him the reason why they don't have the same mother. The father of three said this during an interview with BBC. He explained that his daughters are growing up and becoming more self-aware, and they often ask him questions like the reason they don't share the same mother, and why they have to live separately. This is not the first time a question like this is coming up, as some time back Davido's first baby mama, Sophia Momodu, posted a video of her daughter Imade Adeleke asking her why she and her sister Hailey don't share the same mother.
You see, you can't eat your cake and have it. You understand? Celebrities, especially some of them that could not have that self-control, they see this aspect of, to me, I see it more like a waywardness. What makes a man is the ability to control your drive. And as you could not put that control into your drive, you are causing yourself some kind of... although they are not seeing it like that. This is a young man that between the age of 25 to 30, he already have, is it three of them. So certainly children of this generation, they are not like the children of the old. They are sensitive to some things. Once in a while, he will go to this house, pick this child, stay a day or two with that child, tomorrow again with another one again. Next time again, he will just gather the three of them together, play with them, and at the end of the day, they'll separate, go back to their individual houses. You know, these are children. They are very sensitive. They could easily sense some things that you, as an adult, would not even see it. Certainly, those children, they are not, you are my sister, you are our brother. But how come brother and sister, they should live in the same house? It's only once in a while daddy will come and take us out together, and at the end of the day, this is your mom. Your mom is different from my own mom. Why? How come? These are children, but their own understanding of brothers is the same father, the same mother. So they must notice this. This should send a signal to other celebrities, not just celebrities, including those of us that are their followers or their admirers. We should have self-control. Because once you don't have that self-control, you are bringing forth to the world children that at the end of the day, when you are supposed to see to see a kind of unity and bond within them, to say, okay, they are brothers and sisters. Instead of that, they will be seeing themselves from different angle. He's my brother, he's my sister. If he's my brother, he's my sister, why don't we share the same mother? Their understanding of brother and sister is father and mother together.
And it's going to shape their ideology.
And it's to shape their behavior and their ideology and thinking towards love for one another.
Well, this video we're about to show you, we have the Abuja VIO personnel who became victim of overzealousness from a taxi driver as he attempted to seize his car key. He's seen shouting, "Help me!" That's the VIO officer. So let's take a look at the video right now.
Give me the key. Give me my key. Help me! Give me my key. Give me my key.
What will stop him?
You're not born.
That is instead of
Give me the key. Give me my key. Help me! Give me my key. Give me my key. You're not born.
That video actually looked funny, but it is not.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's a very, very serious
We shouldn't
case.
encourage lawlessness. The lawlessness now here now in this case now is from the two angle. The law enforcement, who is the VIO personnel. If I were the one, he should just, I would say, take the number identification of the number plate of the vehicle instead of engaging in scuffle with the taxi driver. The taxi driver is just these are people that are known for lawlessness. You understand? Since you are dealing with a lawless driver, instead of allowing the situation to degenerate to a scuffle, open scuffle with him, give him back his key and take his number identification. Certainly, somewhere along the line, even within that same day, that vehicle, that taxi could still pass along your route, and his taxi will be impounded and being penalized for that particular offense, instead of allowing this. It's a society that doesn't have law and order. That society is heading towards anarchy. We shouldn't encourage that. We should punish the VIO authority. They should punish both their personnel as well as punish the taxi driver.
Well, thank you everyone for staying with us on Morning Briefing Aspheric TV. I am Dayo Olujumo Ekuni. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Malik Mustafa.
Thank you.
Uncle Mustafa.
Thank you, Dayo.
Do have a wonderful day, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook at Aspheric News, Instagram at aspheric.news, and Twitter at Aspheric News. And do check out our website www.asphericnews.com. Have a wonderful day. Bye.